Welcome back, folks. Today we have a wild tale that's part drama, part comedy, and completely real. Meet Cliona Ward, a 54-year-old green card holder who found herself on an unexpected roller coaster ride through the U.S. immigration system. Buckle up. Cliona first landed in the U.S. at the tender age of 12, ready to chase the American dream. Fast forward a few decades, and you'd think she'd be living the good life, right? Well, plot twist. On April 21st, Cliona was detained by Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, because apparently they were in the mood for a little surprise party. For over 2 weeks, Cliona was stuck in custody, like a guest at a party that just won't end. And let me tell you, this was no ordinary immigration crackdown. It was under the Trump administration, which felt more like an episode of Survivor Immigration Edition. President Trump was on a mission to track down anyone with a criminal record, which turned out to include some folks with green cards. If you thought having a valid ID would keep you safe, think again. It's a bit like showing up to a club with an invitation, only to be told you're on the no-entry list. According to the United States Citizenship and Immigration Service, green card holders can live permanently in the U.S. as long as they don't do anything that might get them kicked out. So, no jaywalking, no forgetting to pay taxes, and definitely no sneaking a pet raccoon into the country. Just kidding, but you get the idea. Cliona's sister, Orla had her own thoughts about the situation. Cliona had just traveled back to Ireland to help their stepmother during a family crisis, which sounds noble and heartfelt, like a Hallmark movie, right? But upon her return, Cliona was greeted with an ICE detention that was less welcome home and more surprise. You're detained. Orla shared that Cliona was held for 3 days at the airport, not exactly the vacation she signed up for. And let's just say the conditions were about as pleasant as a long layover in the middle of a snowstorm. When Cliona returned to the airport to follow up on her case, she was detained again. It was like a bad sequel. Detained again, the return of the green card holder. But wait for the twist. On May 7th, a federal judge dismissed her case, finding there just wasn't enough evidence to kick her out. Finally, Cliona could return home, and you can bet there was a family reunion worthy of a slow-motion montage. Orla posted on GoFundMe, "Cliona is finally in her own bed, and we are all ready for some quiet and reflection." Translation: please, no more plot twists. Local Representative Jimmy Panetta was over the moon, stating, "After being detained and facing deportation, Cliona will soon return to our community thanks to all who helped afford her due process." Cliona Ward's journey is a roller coaster of resilience, bravery, and a little bit of humor amid chaos. It reminds us that even in tough times, a good laugh can lighten the load. So what do you think about Cliona's story and the wild ride of our immigration system? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more entertaining tales. Thanks for watching.